Before the video starts, I'll just tell you this now. This isn't a Sunny 2 video where I'll be pulling up the hospital their great-grandfather was born in or anything crazy like that. There are plenty more informative videos on these people. Videos made specifically for one person that might be on this video, and I'll link some in the description in case you want to go watch those. This list is in no particular order, and since we all know I ain't getting monetized anyway, I can say pedophile and die unlike other YouTubers, so you don't have to worry about what I personally find annoying, people having to make words up saying PDF file unalive when we know damn well what they mean. We gonna see if this video gotta get censored or age restricted. And one thing before this video starts, how can people not say certain words? The website literally says like 13 plus or something. And if they want to get on other YouTubers, how about they get on these channels that literally have girls shaking ass? Entire channels dedicated to hentai, not censored either, that's the craziest part, but you can't say pedophile. Epstein. I'm pretty sure you heard of Epstein Island, if not at least the Epstein list. And if you haven't, Little St. James, aka Epstein Island, allegedly was a human trafficking ring where multiple women and children have been groomed and assaulted in more ways than one, physically and sexually. And it really stopped being so alleged once the FBI raided the place and names started dropping, including famous people and previously registered sex offenders. The full list was never exposed, and we know why. In all likelihood, it was probably some real powerful people in there that decided to keep it covered up. And they had to be real powerful to keep 70 people on this island completely silent, even though they knew full and well what was going on down there. And this island has been up and working for 16 years. So a girl could have been born here and sexually assaulted and raped since birth. Even though someone finally said something, we still can't get a full list of names. And that's not including the women that would have to keep getting replaced because obviously if they're pedophiles, if they started dating them and having sex with them when they were teenagers, raping them, and this is crazy to say, but they might get too old for them and get passed up for the next younger girl. EDP445. EDP started off as a normal YouTuber making normal YouTube videos talking about guns, football, and...
Would you guys consider jacking off to be a sport? I don't know about you motherfuckers, but I consider that shit to be a sport, okay?
You know, being morbidly obese. Then he got caught texting minors by another pedophile, which is crazy. How are you gonna call him out? But he's the same one doing the same fucking thing. And while as far as we know, EDP hasn't touched any children yet, hopefully they lock him up before he can, because he admitted to talking to multiple minors after getting caught by the first dude, because he was also caught a second time. And then when the dude showed up to confront him about texting minors, instead of being scared because he already got caught doing this shit before, you might think, oh, he's scared he's going to jail. He just looked annoyed, like inconvenienced, saying, oh my god, you're pulling this bullshit again. They're pulling bullshit? You're the one texting minors, you fucking weirdo. You're the one doing bullshit. And then he's the same one talking about we need to protect our kids from Kris Tyson. You're just as guilty. We need to protect them from you as well. And despite being caught twice, sending pics to what he thinks was a minor, he still has faced no repercussions other than getting his YouTube channel taken down. And then he made another YouTube channel, Dr. Disrespect. In Twitch Whispers, Dr. Disrespect was allegedly texting sexual stuff to minors. And I say allegedly because it was in Twitch Whispers, so everything gets deleted. But someone at Twitch saw it, exposed him for it, and he admitted it, so I guess it's not so alleged. But again, it's just a slap on the wrist. All he did was lose a few sponsors and he can't stream on Twitch anymore. He can just go slide straight to Kick. Kick does not fucking care if they have people on there like Sneeko who's out here defending pedophiles, including Dr. Disrespect himself. And Dr. Disrespect was just streaming for fun at this point. He already made enough money. But the thing that makes this whole situation so bad is that he has a wife and kid. Sure, the wife can shrug it off, get a divorce, go marry someone else, but the kid has to live with that. That could affect their lives in the future, stopping them from getting job opportunities, getting bullied, harassed because their parent is a pedophile. That had nothing to do with them. Kris Tyson. Kris Tyson is probably the only one on this list that genuinely did not fucking care, because he did not try to hide this shit at all. On a public social media site, Kris posted multiple times about lollies, even just flat out saying lollies really gets him hard. And then buying a poster from a well-known child pornography artist and then putting it up on his wall. And Mr. Beast knew about it. I believe everybody in there who's saying he knew about it, because 4K, this nigga is literally looking straight at the picture of the autistic little girl. And if you think, oh, maybe you didn't look that young, here's the picture right here. This looks like an adult to you? This doesn't even like a teenager. And then again, on a public website, he was commenting about the child pornography artist, one begging him to draw an anime character that looks severely underage, and then of Dipper and Mabel Pines, who are related, so on top of pedo. And this dude, Shad Man, ain't slick either. I'm gonna give him his own section too. And for some reason, if you think it's not that bad and you think, oh, it's just porn, number one, you're weird, but he also got caught texting 2 separate minors and then made said minors clear out all his Discord chats of him saying racist shit and knowing he's showing porn to minors. Not even just the ones that he's groomed, a little group of them that he's just been sharing porn to, saying, oh, it doesn't matter. Now you might be saying, where's this minor proof that I keep talking about that he was talking to a minor? As a 22-year-old man, he was having a conversation about exchanging news with a 13-year-old boy, met up with said 13-year-old boy, sent a snap of himself to the boy talking about he's coming for America. Why are you sending a minor that you're coming? And he's also been calling the minor dad and sending him kissing emojis. And if you really think Mr. Beast didn't know about this, here's him texting inside the chat. He's just as guilty as Kris. Twomad. First, rest in peace. I don't think his image or his legacy should be stomped on and spit on, because as far as I know, as far as I searched, this is just rumors, allegedly. You can't really get much information out of him since, you know, he's dead and the other girl doesn't have any screenshots, video proof, or nothing. But regardless, allegedly he assaulted and possibly someone inside of his house, and his response to it basically, nuh-uh, didn't provide anything, just said no I didn't, and was on some bullshit. He wasn't even responding correctly, if I'm being honest. And the closest thing to confirming these allegations is him signing a restraining order that has to keep him away from this girl for 2 months. P. Diddy. So at the start, it's just a normal party, everybody chilling, drinking, playing games, whatever. But on some 3 a.m. J stations at a certain time of night, that's when people start leaving, and that's when the freaks started happening, including but not being limited to people being beaten, drugged, and raped for hours on end, including underage girls and boys that ended up throwing up and passing out. And for one unlucky person, Cassandra Ventura, was signed to a music contract with Diddy. Didn't look at that because that wasn't really important, but just know she was signed to some type of contract with Diddy that kept her tied with him for years and possibly being sexually assaulted for years. And at one point she was beaten up and on some Spider-Man, Batman hung off the balcony of a building. And at one point, this wasn't at a party, but this just shows how much Diddy did not care and was just doing whatever. 9 people died in a stampede at one of his parades or whatever. And allegedly, human trafficking was going on inside some of these parties too. And this is just what we know of so far. When the police raided his house, he started clearing out everything, deleting everything. So who knows, it could have been worse than this. Drake. So according to Kendrick, Drake is a pedophile, and he didn't provide any information because, you know, it's a rap song. He can't really just start throwing the pictures on screen or something. But it's not really hidden because he was already doing questionable stuff before. You can just listen to some of his song lyrics. High school pics, she was even bad then. And it's just more and more on top of that. You might say the song lyrics don't matter, but go ahead and just listen to them. That's crazy for a grown man to say. But what's not just song lyrics is Drake taking a girl on stage, asking her age, and once he found out she's 17, he goes, oh man, why you so thick for a 17-year-old? Then proceeds to kiss her not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times. Drake was also having a conversation with Millie Bobby Brown and having dinner with her over and over, even though she was 15 and was texting Billie Eilish when she was 17.
Drake is like the nicest dude I've ever spoken to. I mean, I've only like texted him, but he's so nice. Like,
I met Drake in an Australian hotel. Honestly, his managers just came up to my dad and said, Drake loves the show, come to his show tonight. And I was like, oh my goodness. And he was such a fanboy and I was such a fangirl. Honestly, we text all the time now. He helps me with everything. He's amazing. He's a great human being. And we went to dinner afterwards and we had dinner the next day, and then we met in...
And they were both told to keep quiet about this. Billie Eilish kept quiet about it, but Millie let a few things slip through the cracks, saying that Drake was helping her with dating advice and talking to boys and all that. Why is a man almost in his 30s talking to a 15-year-old about dating and boys and having dinners with her? And what are you saying to them that they can't talk about?
About boys, he helps me. What? Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
James Charles. Where do I even start with James Charles? At this point, it's like he's trying to collect them all on some Pokemon shit. but James was sending nudes and flirting with multiple minors. I'll throw up the screenshots of one of them. Again, if you want to go see it, you can either search it up or go into the description and see full-length videos on these people. But that's not even the worst one. James Charles was at a restaurant, saw a straight waiter. The waiter told him, no, stop flirting with me, because he was straight. But then he changed his mind later. Alright, that's not James's fault. He said he was bi-curious. And I don't know what James did, but after they met up and they kissed, the dude immediately decided he was straight. Then James immediately turned into a child, throwing a complete fit that this man did not want him. He went on Twitter, started villainizing him. He started talking this shit to him, saying, you're not straight no matter what you say. Get over yourself. Nobody fucking cares. But you could defend him and say, oh, the dude came to him. There's a 17-minute long video of James Charles harassing straight guys. So Tnickless or Tnickless, whatever, has been caught texting a minor. No surprise, that's everybody on here. Straight freak crazy shit. Like, I'm gonna slap my d on that pussy, choking and slapping you while you take my whole cock. And if it's good enough, I'm gonna cuff you. And once he got exposed, he lied and said he didn't do any of that. But then went back on it, said that the person he was talking to was legal. Then went back on that and admitted it.
I take responsibility.
And said he knew it was a minor and that he should have stopped texting him. cenat's cameraman. I won't lie to you, I forgot his name. Doesn't matter, I'll just throw it up on screen. But he was just on as much freak shit as Tnickless. The nigga in the video looks just like me while I'm reading this. I'll slide my down your throat. She said, and I quote, I'm a minor. You probably don't want to mess with me. And he said, oh, it doesn't matter.
She 15, my nigga. I like young girls. I like them 15, 14, 16. I like them real young, my nigga.
And then told a minor, I'm so fucking hard right now. At this point, he might as well have just said, I'm stroking my shit.
I'm over here stroking my dick.
Shad, man. This dude is such a fucking degenerate. He drew porn of his own mom, and he knowingly drew porn of Keemstar's in between 7 and 10-year-old daughters sucking Donald Trump's. So at this point, it wouldn't even surprise me if he was also racist. Now, with this entire video and multiple others and proof of screenshots, gigabytes, you'd be surprised to find out not a single one of these people have faced any repercussion, and a few of them lost their platform. Even though for people like Kris Tyson and Dr. Disrespect, they ruined whole fucking families. The closest to anyone getting any repercussions was Epstein, just because he fucking died. Now, we're gonna be getting into why I personally think once people become famous, because it's usually right after they become famous, start making money, that they become. My personal theory is that once they get enough money, it goes straight to their head, they get an ego, and they start immediately thinking, I'm invincible, I can do whatever I want. Because you never see like the small YouTubers or people who don't have a lot of money doing all this stuff. They're usually just grinding, trying to eventually become big, and then once they become big, that's when they start doing shit. And since this is one of my longest videos, this could be my first time I ask for it, please like and subscribe, because 93% of y'all are gatekeeping, and you act as if I don't know where you live at. This video is pre-recorded. It's too late for you.
I want you in my room, but only if you're 16. Can't have you if you're 18.